run as far as I can, and then warp, and I'm back. And I can make a new save position. And of course, good day, my fellow hackers. Today I'm gonna do a quick. I'm gonna do a quick. I'm right after that video, but I still have a bit of time. I'm gonna do a quick one. A quick one with coordinates. A reminder: the bot one requires WebView 2, which is shit. Anyways, return to this test. For example, let's go into this world. I'm only gonna use this on the client, not the world. So I'm connecting to the client right now as we speak. Okay, so I'm where I left off. It should be updated stuff. Seems not fully. Anyways, let's go into creative. I really don't need anything. Flight mode, Inferno, this is cool. Ah, this is how you change the movement speed, right? Hold on. So if you ever saw like the movement speed increase, this is probably how it was changed. So what should I do? Movement speed or teleportation? I mean, I don't know. Teleportation is like, I'm standing here, I save my location, right? I can go anywhere and then load my location and I would be teleported back to where I save it. A quite cool starter, script. If you're ever learning how to make scripts, it's a good starter script and stuff. So, yeah, I mean, I would need to catch my coordinates. So coordinates are always usually in floats unless you're on a chessboard, but it's in floats because like this is like exactly, if I were to stand exactly, it would be exactly on that block. A bit down, it would be in decimals because I'm not going from block to block exactly. I'm going as I wish in all 3 dimensions. We need to maybe, there we go, connecting this. This will show me my exact coordinates. Feet? What is feet? Oh, okay, I understood. Let's see if the coordinates are actually correct. So let's scan 90.03 as the first scan. Let's try and catch this coordinate, which is X, should be X. X, Y, Z, right? Maybe. X, Z, Y. Yes, and as you can see, when I move to the side, the other one, well, I guess because I'm, not moving exactly, but in some games too, the same thing would happen. Some other coordinate would move. You gotta pay attention to the small movements. Even the camera shakes, a lot. Okay, so 6.7. No. So unknown initial value, I guess. Let's move. And I'm trying to catch the different coordinate. Wait. Okay, let's move forward. It should be increased because the coordinates. I'm looking at this, the first coordinate. So the coordinate increased. It should be increased, so maybe it's increased, Maybe. It even shows the chunks. Now it should be decreased, I believe. And there we go. Look, I'm not moving, I'm not in the game. You see this? This slight movement could disrupt your whole scanning process. For example, for camera, this is a killer. Holy shit, like it bobs a bit. Oh my goodness, hell no. Because if I were to, not what I wanted to do, if I depress this, I bob too, and this could very slightly change my coordinates, gonna move a bit forward. I'm gonna scan with increased and decreased only. Probably. I do not believe I can get this to be static as I wish. But we're reducing the found amount, so this is nice. This is nice. Quite a good margin. Not what I wanted to press. Let's okay, start increasing. Can I maybe press like inventory? Yes, I can. Okay. Increased. Okay. Increase again. Okay. Should be decreased. It's very difficult to say. I could do a gamble. Let's say that it's unchanged. I'm probably gonna do unchanged. Select all of them, put them down, and then undo the scan so to return. If these are not correct ones. Okay, I'm gonna select all of them. And then I'm gonna test this out simply by locking all of them and hoping I do not crash, because if I crash I will not release this. Awesome. No, you knew I wouldn't crash, right? Okay, so one of these. Okay, so the coordinates we do not bob as much. That's nice. That's very nice. Decrease, and now unchanged. Changed. Very good. I want only the pure ones. Yes, I mean if I unchanged. Can I keep this rolling a bit? Some just... I know some of them are wrong. I know it. Okay, let's put it here. Values. I would really love to see which values exactly... okay, if it's one of these. It is one of these. In the last video I just saw, if I'm scanning with floats, you don't know in which side the floats are really going to. For example, it says 17.27, right? Look at this. Actually, it is 17.268. If I scan with exact value, for example, for 17.27, next scan, all of them are gone. You see? You would need to scan with, undo. You would need to scan with value between. I don't know, you can even do, but I can see the point, so it's sorta like, it's between this, 17.26 and 17.28. And now if I scan, there we go, I see the values that are one of those, which is hella good. Okay, and I know it isn't changed. I can select all of them, just place them here. Okay, so it's one of these, but I forgot. Anyways, you just, you're watching the video. You would see this. You will learn this. And of course, I'm not gonna cut this out. I can of course select all, lock it, and see, okay, yes, it works. So it's one of those. Now, you can simply select a section, go down, lock, try to move. I move, okay, delete, it's none of those. You can delete without deselecting, they deselect automatically. Select some more, move, good, it's one of those. Okay, so it's none of these. This is brute force testing. Sometimes this could kill you. Kill your game, not you. These are not changing, and it's one of those that are not changing. Get out of here, you unstable values. Is it you? Yes. Is it maybe one of you? No. Sometimes it could be. Like multiple values. And one of them is actually, for some reason... Okay, right click, find out right to this address. Yes, attach the debugger. I'm gonna, with this, right clicking this value and find out right to this address. I'm gonna find an instruction that keeps on updating this value. And it's some sort of rolling, some sort of fast instruction. Okay, so I'm gonna select this, add to the code list. Okay. It's in my advanced options. I can see this, I can right click this, find out what address this code writes to. And I can see my coordinate. If this works, it should work after I relaunch the game, because this value will get lost. It's not a green value, it will be lost after I relaunch the game. I know I'm going a bit fast, but just watch the other videos. I'm trying to do this fast because I gotta go fast. You can save this, and in advanced options there is this. You know you to locate this fast without scanning. Now, I can press show disassembler. In this, I can... What does writes do? Oh, it's only my... What? Wait. No way. Wait. No way. No way. Move SD. Wait. If I knob this, it's another one. Oh, another one like this. It's my X and up and down coordinate. As you can see, only coordinate it changes is the last one. So the last coordinate has separate instruction. I could maybe, yes, I could maybe quickly, okay, this is the script. This not a script. This is the instruction. Tools. I can press tools. So to assemble, control A, template, AOB injection, or shift control A. Okay. Something random, make sure it's not green. It's not green, good. Okay. Beyond the blue and red, this is the instruction that you know is the same updating, the updating one. I'm gonna comment this out. Assign to currency table. This video is going to be a bit more lengthy because I'm making a full-on cheat. We need another coordinate, which is the last one, because this covers only 2 coordinates. Easy way to catch them: right click this coordinate, browse this memory region. Coordinates like HP and stamina are close to each other. That's usually in the games, so I'm gonna right click display type floats because I don't understand nothing. Now I see something. This is the first coordinate. As you can see, this is the up coordinate. This is the other coordinate. What is this coordinate? A repeat. Maybe a visual. There is even more repeats. But these are should be the actual ones. If by going by pattern, this should be another one. Right click at this to the address list. Okay. Let's lock this and let's see. Yes. And now by locking all of them, we can do the thing. But let's catch the instruction. This is the instruction. Show this assembler. Do you write only to my code? Yes, you do. What's your code? Oh, you're just a bit down. That's very cool. Move SD. Move, float, double. Different game uses like move ups. I know move ups, but move, float, doubles. That's good. I believe it's double. I believe it's something like double. That's a new one. This is just move, float. Simple move, float. Okay, quickly, yes. Control A, Control Shift A. This is why I keep on telling you, use Control A and Control Shift A, because you can quickly create this stuff. Okay, blue, red, the same shit. Nop it, assign. We have the coordinates. Now, I mean, I can glue them together. I can make, you know, a group, for example. I added assistance. I don't need assistance. Group. Okay. No. Both of them. No, no, no. Both of them. Get in. This group. Always hide. Activating this entity activates its children. And deactivating this entity deactivates its children. You could glue them into the same script if you want, but you can do it like this. It's more understandable, maybe. I mean, if you're reviewing the script, you're reviewing the script. It's just a way I like to do this. You know, simple, basic, fast. Now, cord lock. Cord lock. And now I could lock this. I quickly wanna make control copy control V, paste. I pasted the same address. Now I know that just 4 bytes ahead there's my other coordinate. I can just press +4 bytes forward. There we go, my other coordinate. Now it's locked, so I could just simply type 4 free. And I mean, you can travel like this if you want, you know. This one, for example, I don't know, 6, let's not travel too far. Yeah, I mean, you can do it like this, and if I unlock, as you can see, I drop down. My fall damage could stack, so be careful of that. But this is basically, yeah, fast travel, and then fast traveling, teleportation manually. Want to make it a cool script, like for example, when you press W, you float through air and stuff. I mean, you can do that, but I'm gonna do a simple saving coordinates and then reloading coordinates, and you know, making a save file, reloading. This is what I'm gonna do. But I'm gonna return after a break. For you, it's gonna be nothing. Okay, I'm back after the break. Now, so we got what we wanted to get. You know, we got the instructions, like both of the instructions. You know, games sometimes use one, you know, you want instruction, but this game, again, like some other game, uses 2 instructions. So, you know, okay, 2 instructions. So anyways, I mean, okay. Now, this setup that I just made, I can remove this. This setup, like, you know, when you lock the cords and you can move up, for example, or somewhere else, you know, it's great. Great setup. Now, one thing why you can't, like, maybe make a fly script out of this is maybe because look what happens when I turn off the lock. I fall very fast. My fall speed stacks, and I believe I would get a giant damage from fall damage. You know, unless there's some sort of negation of fall damage, like potion or a block, otherwise I would die. So I would say the most useful place would be to save coordinates and then teleport to them, you know. Now, I could maybe make, I'm probably gonna make, sorta, a way to, for example, edit these coordinates as you wish yourself, maybe. First of all, what we need to do is, show me the children. Yes, we would need to maybe connect the scripts. Should be in the memory, right? Simply, for example, for all of you, for example, sometimes scripts, you know, don't get those unique AOB scripts. Sometimes don't get unique codes, you know. So what you can do, for example, and this works for selecting multiple scripts into one with AOB without manual editing, is to select like this, like, you know, Press the top one, then whilst holding shift, press this one to select in betweens, and then tools, auto assemble, and then B injection, okay. Some unique, and there we go. As you can see, this is a lot bigger, and this holds both of them, both of the, you know. Now this is weird. This is interesting. It's just basically an extension. It is basically an extension. But why this, and why not use XMO? I wonder. Now this is gonna be, I don't know what kind of tutorial this is gonna be, but we need to save the values. I could probably make this a lot easier. Yeah, probably not gonna make them opened, like shown. Or maybe I could. I could actually. There's no reason why not to. Okay, I need to save them. To save them, the easiest way would be to make our own values. We would need to allocate like this does. This is good enough. This thing, this mess, good, okay. I mean, you can name this nicely. I'm just, you know, not gonna. Plus 100. So now, this would mean that, hold on, let me actually write this all. So the name will be not new mem, it's gonna be like num1. And I don't need 1000, like 4000, that would be 4000. I need only 4 bytes. So, num1 is the name, dedicate 4 bytes, 100 bytes away from this. So from this starting point. So basically, hold on, allocation. I would need to register symbol then. So this, I would need to copy, paste, and always, you see these two bottom ones, you could, of course, when you allocate, you need to deallocate, and when you register, you need to unregister. You can, of course, write another one, the second one, or you can always just change this into this. What is this? This is times sign. You know, 2 times 2, you know, type of sign, you know, times. I don't know, multiplication, maybe. Opposite of subtraction. Yeah, now you know what I'm talking about, yeah. Okay, so this is basically, will cover all the ground in the script. So this is, you know, this could be the basics, but this could be the basic, but I understand why it's not. You could keep a track of a lot better, but you know. This is to just deallocate the stuff that we make. So I'm gonna create num1 is the name, 4 bytes, 100 bytes away from the origin of this script. I'm gonna show you physically. Register symbol, this register symbol basically so I can find it in addresses, which is cool. I can find it in addresses, and each time I activate the script, the addresses would appear with the stuff, you know, the stuff. Okay. Now I would need to maybe do the so num1, number 1, double dot, is a dedicate byte, db or dd. You can write dd even. It's not. It doesn't matter much. For example, you are gonna mean a 0. I could make it a massive number. I could make it a 0 and be 0. Stay at 0. Okay, db 0. Okay. Or I mean, or maybe 1, just to show you. Okay, 1. Okay, okay. And then in new mem, I could maybe write something. Yeah, then I don't need the 1. Like, you could be 0. 1 could be for other stuff. Okay. No, maybe yes. Actually, B1. Okay. So a new mem I could maybe write. So okay, what have I done? I have allocated new number, new value. It's named num1. It is 4 bytes long. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna use way more than 4 bytes. And it's 100 bytes away from the origin, which is, I named like this, you know, just spammed. Register symbol num1. I don't need, this one is already registered. I need num1. And now num1 dedicate byte 1. And now in new mem I'm gonna write, and just simply it's num1 means, you know, double by dedicated byte is 1. It means 1. Num1 means 1. Now I want you every single time. I mean, I guess there isn't that, so I can write move ups. I want to see what I can gonna get. Move ups. This is basically gonna move 4 bytes. No, not 4 bytes. 16 bytes, I believe, into wherever I show it. So move 4 bytes into num. Into num1. I added these shields with corners. Call them what do you call? Okay, comma. Into num1, move from a xmm0. Okay, it should be done. Right, file assigned to current sheet table. Seems I have not assigned this. Okay, so this should be interesting. Let's activate it. So the game does not crash. This is the, you know, nopt, and this is my new. If I were to follow, this is the inside of the script. It just found some sort of void where he can, you know, create his own script, you know, without bothering anything. So if I were to scroll down into 100, exactly 100 paces away, I see nothing. What? You can add address manually and type address. So I'm gonna type num1. The address is named num1. Okay. D. Hold on, I need to scroll lower. Right. No. What? What? No, wait. Dissect this memory region. There it is. It's... Did you just make your own location? You should be 100 paces away from the origin, not in some new location. Anyways, if I were to maybe, hold on, this, browse this memory region. There we go. This is move ups, basically. So I see all the values that I want to see. Okay, so this is the Discord, and hold on, let me change it into floats. So basically, if you did not understood, I made, you know, a new value, new address. It's named num1. This does not matter. It's just something to start. You can make it even the 0. It does not matter. You need this, and I made so you move into num1 register or something like that. And basically moves all the info into this one. So basically, you know, I know the exact values, but I can't, if I change them, nothing will happen because nothing, you know, goes through. It's logical, you know, it's logical. It just writes into numbers what's the current coordinates. That's all. I would need to make it so this number, this num1, would actually return and go back into this. Then I could make so, you know, coordinates return. Like I can change the coordinates and they return. So it would be as if I always catch the value, you know. But this works the best with coordinates because, you know, if I check there what writes to them, it always writes. That's why it always updates constantly. So if I were to make Control Copy, Control V, paste, and another paste. Now in addresses, the same thing. Plus 4 bytes ahead, I can see another coordinate. This, plus 8 bytes ahead, I can see another coordinate, which is nice. This is real cool. Now that means that probably this code can be left on its own. I can maybe just do this front, like, because I can get values, and then give all my values that I want, changed values, or whatever value I want, to the XMM0. You know, whatever I want, whatever values I want, and then it just flows back, sorts itself out by itself, you know. So I can basically create some sort of script that maybe saves the current numbers, which is very easy. Let me show you. So I have num1. I would need to make buttons. Yes, I could make buttons. Then a bunch of labels. Yes, I'm gonna only do saving, and you can edit the save yourselves as you want. So you know, I'm not gonna do live editing, and I'm not gonna do live walking, which is actually gonna be easy with coordinates, would be very easy. But I'm not gonna do like control moveset like flying and stuff. I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna show you how to save coordinates and then load them back. Of course, you can edit the save file yourself. I mean, heck, why not? Okay, so this is gonna be cool. So to save and to load, I would need 2 buttons. Take this quick script, control copy, and then paste it. And look at this. We just, change a few words, you know, copy, but change a few things so the teacher would not notice. And oh my goodness, we got a new number. Yes. Make it maybe not plus 100, plus 200. I mean, we don't need a current value, so number 1 could be the save, and number 2 could be for control, so I don't really need you to give me your number to number 2. Number 2 is gonna be controls. So, how to make controls? Number 2 is gonna be start with 0 key. So, the same thing, add the address, you know, number 2. Okay, yes, there's no address and it says what number 2. Okay. Let's load this again. There we go. Hold on. Hide. Alright, I'm gonna name this so you would know what's going on. This is the actual values, this is the made values. Okay, so now we got the number 2, which is nice. It's a 0. Sure, how many buttons do we want? 2? Okay, control copy, control V. I'm gonna show you how I make buttons. So number 2, but plus 4. We don't actually need plus 4, we can actually use plus 1. Because I don't actually want to use the whole 4 bytes, because there we go, this is number 1. So this is 1 byte. This is 2 bytes. No, wait, no. It shows in floats, hold on. No, it's a mistake. There we go. This is 1 byte. This is 2 bytes. Now, to make a button, I basically want a script to know, is the button pressed or not? If it's pressed, it's 1. If it's not pressed, it's a 0. And how to make press is simply gonna control copy, set hotkey, create a hotkey. For example, it's gonna be, I don't know, Z. Z is good enough, I'd say, for now, for testing purposes. Toggle, not toggle, set value to 1, restore and release, apply. Okay, now whenever I press Z, you can see it changes into 1. So I can use this byte, right, to do the same thing. Create a hotkey, you're gonna be X, set a value to 1. You of course can set this to whatever you want, but 1 is, you know, the standard. And look at this, I got 2 bytes. I know it shows something weird, but because it checks for 4 bytes, we need to check it for byte. And then it's gonna show you everything correctly. I can press 1, I can press another one. Oh, you don't return. Hold on, what's the mess up? Restore to original and release. Apply. Something got messed up. Hold on, let's check. Do buttons work? Yes, they should work. They should work. Okay. The buttons work. Okay, one will be for saving, the other one will be for loading. You wanna do more? You know, you can copy paste. Do more in the script. Okay, let's check the script. Okay, so we got, so number 2 is for controls. Number 1 is my save file, and to load is, you know, to load. Okay, so now what I want, I don't want you to always write to my number 1, you know. I want you to CMP, which stands for compare. I want you to compare my not this the same, you know, same borders with sharp corners. Okay, I want you to compare number 2's for example first button. Yes, I don't wanna, you know, go +1, just a first button, comma, to 1. I want you to compare it to 1. Then jump, if not equal, if equal it would be with just E, you know, GE, JE, but J and E stands for jump if not equal. Jump if not equal to code. You know, if it's not 1, just jump to code, get out of here. If it's 1, you write to number 1, and then done. Okay, that's it. But probably I'm gonna make something else right here, so I'm just always jump to code. Always jump is just JMP to jump. Always jump to code. It goes right here. If there were not a jump, it would just flow. This. It would just flow down, you know. But I would need to, I'm gonna add jump, because this is not a jump. Control Z. What was that? Something else? Anyways, I'm gonna write it. JMP code. Alright, I'm probably gonna make a new label. Labels are easy, you don't need to remove them, they're just for the code. So label, I don't know. There's the code, there's new there's, I'm gonna type LOL. Just because. And of course you need to type it exactly the same as you wrote it. Okay, so LOL is the new label. So you would jump to code, not flow down into LOL. LOL would be, you would, no wait. You would compare to 1. If no, you jump to code. But before that, you would compare to number 2 plus 1 offset to, you know, the other button press. You would compare it to 1 and jump if equal this time to LOL. If it's not equal, just flow down, compare to this button. If it's not equal, jump to code. If it's equal, you do this and then jump to code, which is write your current position into number 1. So you not always update the, you know, stuff. Okay, so if I press the second button, you go to LOL, which I want you to, I mean, I can crash the game if it works. I'm gonna try just moving the new number because it seems to work for my value. So not move, but move my new value into XM. So if I do that and all, you just move move ups into XMM0, comma, the shields num1. You just move number 1 into XM0, then you would just go down to code and you would write down there, then give it to your sister, and then she will give it the rest, you know. It just separates, it does its own thing. Okay, this should be it. Any complaints? No? Okay. So, let's check our cheat engine. Now, this should be right my new position. Okay, we have our position. Let's write this new position. It works. And X should be load my position. It works. So, I mean, you would change your maybe numbers to something else, but I can, you know, get out of creative. Run as far as I can. And then warp. And I'm back. And I can make a new save position, and of course, I mean, just read the code and follow it and just think about it. How should I add more saves? You know, could maybe, but yeah, you need a short jump to make good save. I mean, making a new label is always good, you know. Making a new label, for example, a new label maybe for compares to make multiple saves, you know. But basically, I mean, I can go wherever I want, maybe out of render distance, and then just simply load my position, even in the air, even. So I would always fall on the ground. Okay, save that position. Not this one, this one. There we go. But yeah, the servers could maybe trigger this as a cheat, as a lag, so yeah. I believe it's stuck. No! Does he still know? Nope. Yep, and he just lost it. So, yeah, this is the teleportation. Pretty easy to make. I mean, if you want to make it more advanced, think on how can I make this more advanced. You want to learn to script better, just look it up. It's I believe it's let's actually look it up together. You know what? Let's do this together. So I believe it's named 64X maybe assembly, maybe cheat engine language. Yes, it's assembly. And yeah, as you can see, there's move L, whatever that is. This is move, and there's even some more difficult stuff. But just, you know, move assembly. If I wanna, for example, move instruction and assembly. This is bad. This is not what I wanted. List of instructions. There we go. This is much better. This is, yes, list of instructions. So just, you know, Control Shift, then search your move, and this is what it stands for. Move. What else did we use? CMP, compare operators, and just compare, and then you know you can use your I'm gonna type normally jump. You see jump if condition. This is what we use, and there's a lot of jump if greater, jump if less or equal. What we use jump if equal only, jump if not equal we used. Basically, just, I don't know, you can read the code of game itself. Did I turn off the cheat engine? No, it just doesn't appear. No, it does. No. Anyways, you can read, try and read the code. This is not the code, this is just memory. It just looks weird in disassembler. This is meant to be looked in the memory region. This is the region, this is disassembler. So it's meant to look, you're meant to look in the region, not the disassembler. So yeah, and this is basically the stuff you can, you know, hide these in the, like how you hit this, you know, you can save this, and this would work. If the game gets updated, this might break, but you can, you know, always, you know, make the new one. Maybe even as when you make a new script, keep it as the same name. This is the name, but it's, you know, it's squiggles. Make it as the same name, and then just copy paste this script, like this part of the script or whatever you change, you know. And don't forget to change these. Do not forget to change these. I'm gonna show you what happens. I'm gonna show you. Hold on. I'm gonna show you what happens if you do not change them. What happens when you do not deallocate? Let me show you. This is number 1. The script is off. Number 1 still exists. I believe if I were to turn on the script again, yes, the new number 1 appeared, but the old one never disappeared. You would clog up the memory, and yeah, don't do that. Always do that, you know. Always remember to deallocate and unregister symbols. So yeah, but it's all good when you quit the desktop. So yeah, this was me showing you how to, yeah, and there we go. My script doesn't even work. I save and I load and it does not work because I do not deallocate my damn memory. I'm just gonna type unregister dealloc whatever. So after I restart, it should be fixed. Should be all fixed, all nice. Do you go the opposite directions? I don't know. Does it matter? I don't know. Script. Maybe now it works. Yes, now it works. Okay. So yeah, but the memory that we created, it's still not gone. It's still somewhere lingering. That's why you deallocate. This is why you deallocate. So yeah, that is all. Thanks for watching.